For solving tangent function, first we need to do is to find the period, the x scale, the phase shift, and the vertical shift. In finding the period, we have P over P. As you can see in this equation, that our B is equivalent into 2. So we have period over 2, or pi over 2. That's how easy to find the period. Next to find this, the x scale. In solving x scale, we have simply copy the period. So P over 2, or the pi over 2, divided by 2, or multiply by the reciprocal of the divisor. So we have pi over 2 times 1/2 is equals to pi over 4. That's our x scale. Next is the phase shift. So in finding the phase shift in sine and cosine function, which is, we will equate this equation into 0. So we have 2x plus 2 pi here. In order to get the x, we need to transpose 2x into the right side. Since the pi is positive and the left side of the equal sign, when we will transpose it, it will become negative. So now we have 2x is equals to negative 2 pi, and then we're going to divide both sides into 2 for us to cancel out the coefficient of the x. So cancel out. The remaining is x equals negative pi. Our remaining is negative pi. And we have the phase shift. Last, before we're going to start the graph, is to find the vertical shift. So, vertical shift. It's not hard to find the vertical shift, as we can see it already in the last part of our equation. So this is the phase shift. Next is the vertical shift. So we simply copy the 3. So we have the vertical shift. Now we already have this 4. We can proceed to our graph. So in graphing tangent function, the first thing we need to do is to draw the x-axis for us to find the points of our graph. In graphing tangent function, we do need to start here. In finding the points, we will start here to write negative pi. Since negative pi is our phase shift, and the phase shift will always our starting point. And getting the next point, we will simply add negative pi to our x scale. Our x scale is pi over 4. So the answer will be negative 3 pi over 4. Same procedure. We will just add pi over 4 to get the answer for our next point. We have negative pi over 2. Same as our last point in our first batch, which is to add pi over 4 to get the answer negative pi over 4. So to answer the rest of the point, we need to do the same procedure, just to add our x scale to get the following points. That's all we need to do. Repeat procedure until we make all of this 8 points in our graph. Now we will going to answer the rest of this next 4 batch. So done. I've already answered this remaining 4. I'm going to do next is to draw the asymptotes. So it is important for us to draw first the asymptote before making an arrow, for us to determine if it is intercept, asymptote, intercept, asymptote. As making the lines or the broken lines will simply identify that it is an amplitude. So let's start from here. So what is this? This is an intercept, and this is an asymptote. Intercept, asymptote, intercept, asymptote, intercept, and asymptote. Last is the intercept. That's how you know the amplitude and the intercept. So let me do the broken line. Then I've already made the asymptotes. Next is to draw a y-axis Next thing to do is to draw a y-axis. After that, I am going to put a line at the center point to form a y-axis for our graph. After that, we'll put number in our y-axis in the upper side of our y-axis based on our vertical shift, which is 3. 1, 2, 3. So, done. And let's add 2 more from the amplitude. Now, we have 5 lines of numbers and the y-axis of our graph. After that, we'll put a broken line and our vertical shift here, 1, 2, 3, for us to draw a perfect arrow for our graph. So, it's already done. On na. Now, it's already done. We can draw an arrow. Since the tangent is positive, let's start from the left side. Now we can draw an arrow. So, to draw an arrow, let's start here from the left side below in our vertical shift to the upper right of the vertical shift. So we start here, up there. Here, up there. Here, up there. So that's our graph. Remember, our arrow should start from the positive 1 until to 5. Since our vertical shifts is 3 and our amplitude is 2, we will have 5 lines of numbers. We need to count 1, 2, 3 downwards, 1, 2 upwards from the vertical shift. Therefore, line 1 up until to 5 is the guide on how long our arrow can be or should be for a graph. And that ends our discussion. This is the easy way solution for tangent function.